Hello and welcome to Drill and Kill. That's correct, my friend. This is where we drill until we kill all the mistakes. So, without further ado, let's get on to our first problem. And here we go, my friends. Alrighty, so we've got 2/3 times 5. We're going to do the algorithm first. So I will rewrite this as 2/3 times 5 over 1. Then it's as simple as multiplying your numerators. 2 times 5 is going to give me 10. And then multiplying my denominators. 3 times 1 is 3. And I get 10/3. Now, this is a top-heavy or improper fraction. So let's go right away and convert this into a mixed number. Now, we can think of fractions in three ways: 10/3, 10 out of 3, or 10 divided by 3. And that's what we'll do right now. 10 divided by 3. And 3 is going to go into 10 3 times, because 3 times 3 is 9. And when I subtract, I get 1 left over. Your remainder becomes your numerator. And then your divisor, the 3, becomes your denominator. So I get 3 here. And my simplified or mixed number form is 3 1/3. Let's go ahead and see what's happening when we do the fraction boxes with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is create 5 fraction boxes, and here's my first one, and then I'm going to create 4 more real quickly. And there we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my 5. And they're each going to be cut into 2/3 parts. Well, 3 parts means 2 lines, so I'm going to draw 2 lines straight through all of them, okay? So I'm going to go 1 and 2 right through all of them. And now I get 2 out of the 3, right? So I'm going to color in 2 of the 3. And here's 2 of 3, bam. And 2 of 3, da, 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 da. Move that. And then another 2 out of the 3. And then another 2 out of the 3. And here we go. And one last time, 2 out of the 3. Now, if I just count these, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? Which is exactly what I had here. So 10/3. So you would write 10/3, right? But I want to convert this into the mixed number. Let's see how this works out, right? So I'm going to take away from here. I'm going to take this one away, and I'm going to put it right up here. And that makes a hole, right? Then I'm going to take this one away, and I'm going to put it right up here. It's kind of sloppy, but you get the idea. Now I'm going to take this one away and put it here, and now I have, look at this, 1, 2, 3 holes, and 1 out of the 3, right? So 3 1/3, and let's just write that, 3 1/3. And as you see, that agrees with our, what is this called? You know what it's called, an algorithm. Yeah, I went blank for a minute. I'm sorry about that, but it does happen. All right, so, hey, that's all you have to do to solve this problem. If you made a mistake, you know by now, all you got to do, pause that video, fix that mistake, and that is the fastest way to learn. And now, let's move on to problem number 2. And we're off and running. 4 times 2 7ths. So I'm going to do the algorithm first, and then I'm going to convert this to 4 over 1 times 2 7ths, right? And now with multiplication, you just multiply the numerators, and 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. And then you multiply the denominators, and 1 times 7 will give me 7. This is your answer, 8/7. However, it is not simplified because it is top-heavy or an improper fraction, right? So that means I can think of fractions in 3 ways: 8/7, 8 out of 7, or in this case, 8 divided by 7. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And I'm going to go 8 divided by 7, and 7 will go in there 1 time, which gives me 7. And when I subtract, I get 1 left over. Your remainder becomes your numerator, and then your divisor becomes your denominator. And you get 1 1/7, and that is the mixed number or simplified form for 8/7. Hey, let's go ahead and take a look at what this would look like with our mathematical model. And I'm going to create 4 fraction boxes. Here's 1, and I'm going to create 3 more, and bam, there you have it. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to cut each of them into 7 parts, okay? 7 parts means 6 lines, so let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to need to enlarge this because this is going to get tricky, my friends. 6 lines I got to fit in here. Ready? Here we go. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lines. Oh my gosh, I thought I was going to be so tight, and I actually had more room up here. I could have done another line, but I don't need it because all I need was 7 parts, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 parts in each and every one of these, right? So now I am going to color in 2 out of the 7, right? So I'll color in 2 at the bottom of each of these, and I got 1, 2 right there. Then I got 1, 2 right there. And then I've got 1, 2 right there. Center it a little bit better. And then finally I've got 1 and 2 right there. So now the first thing I can do is just go ahead and count these bad boys, right? And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? So I've got 8 sevenths. And as you see, that agrees with our algorithm right here, right? But now I changed this 8 sevenths into a mixed number. Let me show you how I can do that with the mathematical model, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one away, and I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to take this one away and move it right over here. And then I will do that same thing with this one and this one. So now I got 2 that I can fill in. I got 1 here and 1 here. Superb. And now I'm going to take this one away right here, and that means I'm going to fill this one in right here, right? And that gives me 1 hole here, right? 1, da-da-da-da. And then I've got 1 out of the original 7, right? So that converts to 1 and 1/7. So let's just go ahead and write 1 and 1/7 right here. And as you see, my mathematical model agrees with my algorithm right there. And that, whoops, let's go ahead and draw a line because I always like to do that. Da-da-da-da. And fantastic, my friends. Hey, that's all there is to solving this problem. If you made a mistake, as always, you know, pause video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn, my friends. Hey, let's move on to problem number 3. And here we go, 3 times 4/6. So let's do the algorithm first, and I'm going to convert this into 3/1 times 4/6, right? And with multiplying fractions, you just multiply across on the numerators, and 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. And then you multiply the denominators, and 1 times 6 will give me 6, right? 12/6 is your answer. However, the cool thing here is that we notice it is top-heavy or improper. So I can think of fractions in 3 ways: 12/6, 12 out of 6, or 12 divided by 6. So let's go ahead and do 12 divided by 6 right now. So 12 divided by 6. 6 will go in there 2 times, which gives me exactly 12, and that zeroes out, and 2 is your answer. So that is lovely, my friends. So let's go ahead and see what's actually happening with this. So I've got 3 holes, so I'm going to make 3 fraction boxes. I'm going to go 1 fraction box, and each of these are going to be cut into 6 parts, 2 fraction boxes, and a 3rd fraction box right there, okay? So now I need to cut these into 6 parts, which means 5 lines going across. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to make this a little bigger so it's easier to do. And here we go, my friends. All right, so 5 lines, and I got 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines straight across. And now that gives me 6 parts. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in each of these, right? Now I get 4 out of those 6, so I'm going to go ahead and color in 4. So I've got 4 here, bam, and 4 here, bam, and 4 right here. Superb. All right, so now let's go ahead and count those parts, right? And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I've got 12 out of the 6, right? Which, as you see, agrees with my algorithm right up there. Lovely, right? But now I want to convert to the mixed number, so I'm going to move some of these guys over here, right? Well, I need 2 spots over here, so I'm going to take these 2 away. So I'm going to take this one away and this one away, and then I'm going to move them both right here. And there we have it. Da, 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 da. And then I'm going to take these 2 away. I'm going to take this one away and this one away, and I'm going to move them right here, right? And now, as you see, I've got 2 holes. I've got one here, and I've got a second hole right there. So I've actually got 2 holes. So you got 2, and look, da, 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 that agrees with our algorithm right here. And that is always lovely, my friends, right? Hey, as always, if you made a mistake, no worries at all, my friend. Pause that video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now let's move on to our 4th and final problem of this video. And here we go, my friends. 1/6 times 8. Superb. I'm going to do the algorithm first, and I'm going to just leave the 1/6 alone. The 8 I'm going to convert into 8 over 1. And now 1 times 8 is going to give me 8, right? And then 6 times 1 is going to give me 6, right? And I get 8/6. And that, my friends, is your answer. However, it is not simplified. 8/6 is a top-heavy or improper fraction, right? Because our numerator is bigger than our denominator. So that means I can think of this in 3 ways. 8/6, 8 out of 6, or in this case, 8 divided by 6. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And I'm going to come over here and write 8 divided by 6. 6 will go in there 1 time, which gives me 6, and then I subtract and I get 2. Your remainder becomes your new numerator, and then your divisor right here becomes your denominator, right? So I get 1 and 2/6. Now, I must tell you that this 2/6 can be simplified even more, right? And I'm going to just show you how that would look. Let's go ahead and shrink, and then I'm going to write in a new color. I'm going to write just the 2/6, and then actually I'm going to put the 1 there, and I'm going to divide it by the giant 1 of 2 over 2. Now, this will, when you divide by 1, you really get the same number, but it's going to look a little bit different. 1 divided by 1 will give me 1, right? And then 2 divided by 2 gives me 1, right? And 6 divided by 2 gives me 3, right? So 1 1/3 is your most simplified answer, okay? So 8/6 is correct, so is 1 2/6, but 1 1/3 is the simplified form of this answer. So let's go ahead and look at how we would solve this problem with the mathematical model. So I'm going to first create my fraction boxes, right? And I need to create 8 boxes. So I'm going to do that right now. And voila, my friends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 boxes, right? Now I need to cut them each into 6 parts, right? So I'm going to draw 5 lines through to give me 6 parts. So I'm going to actually enlarge this. Oops. Okay, that's better. So 5 lines. Here we go. I'm going to do the bottom row first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines. That should give me 6 parts in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for all of these, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for all of these. Superb, my friends. Okay, so now in each of these, I only get 1 out of those 6, right? So I only get 1 out of each of those. So let's go ahead and enlarge this a bit. I'm going to use this and go 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 there. All right, so now I can simply count these, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I've got 8 out of those 6 parts, right? So 8, 6. And if you look here, 8, 6 agrees with my algorithm right there, right? And that is always beautiful, my friends. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at this and create our mixed number. I'm going to move some of these up here, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this one here, and I'm going to move it right up here. Okay, so that's there. Then I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to move it right up here. Okay, then I'm going to get rid of this one and move it right up here. And next I'll get rid of this one here, and I'll move it right here. And then I'll get rid of this one here, and I'll move it over here. And now, as you see, I've got one hole, and I could do this of one of 2 ways. I could go 1, 2 out of the 6, so I've got 1 and 2, 6, right? Or if I wanted to, I could actually take this one and move it over here. Let me show you what I mean. So this is exactly what I mean. I could take this and move this one and move it right here, right? And then I've got the still the one hole, right? And then I've got 1 and 2 right there out of the 6. Either way, you're going to end up with 1 and 2 sixths, right? And then I just must tell you that this, of course, you could take the 1 and 2 sixths and simplify it by dividing by the giant 1 of 2 over 2 to get 1 and 1/3, just like we did over here. Either way you did it, whether you left them over here and had 1, 2 out of 6 or 1, 2 out of 6, either way is fine. However, so long as you got the correct answer of 1 and 2 sixths. Hey, that is how you solve this problem, my friends. If you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all. Just pause the video, fix your mistake, because that is the fastest way to learn. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.